I was bad in school. I was always a class clown. I never really respected authority like that.
His relationship with his dad was toxic.
Justin Bieber is a musical superstar, but a lot of people don't know about his strange relationship with his dad, Jeremy Bieber. So what's the deal with these two? Are they close, or are there any problems in their relationship? This might come off as a surprise to many, but Justin's relationship with his dad wasn't always smooth, because allegedly his dad pretty much abandoned him as a child. In fact, in the beginning of Justin's career, the father-son duo hardly ever communicated. But in recent years, things have made a complete 180 turn. They've been singing a new tune, one of reconciliation and mended matters. How and when this happened is the real deal, but having your father with you every step of the way has its pros and cons too. While the pros are obviously his amazing support and motivation for Justin, I don't think anybody is ready to hear how Jeremy has spoiled things for his son in a lot of ways, mainly because of his questionable parenting style and the crazy party animal inside him. It seems like Jeremy's presence and support might not be the best thing for Justin's career and reputation sometimes, but does that make Jeremy a bad influence, or should Justin be more careful about how he allows his relationship to affect him? To figure all that out, we need to dig deep into the roots of their relationship. Jeremy, born on June 4th, 1975, had an interesting start to fatherhood. He and his then partner, Patty Millette, welcomed Justin into the world on March 1st, 1994. But here's the kicker: Jeremy and Patty were only about 17 or 18 and weren't married. They weren't the typical image of a stable family unit, and it wasn't long before the strains began to show.
So my mom and my dad actually never got married. They had me when they were 18 and 17.
So as one would expect, things didn't work out. They split up just a few months later, but Jeremy wasn't one to give up on his own son. Justin might have been born into the world where his dad was just not ready for fatherhood, but Jeremy still loved Justin unconditionally. In a candid interview with Billboard back in 2015, Justin spilled the beans, revealing that his dad wasn't exactly in the dad of the year mode at the time. Justin was raised by his single mother and manager Patty, which meant that Justin's dad was often portrayed as the absent parent.
Me and his dad had a toxic relationship growing up. We were teenagers. It was on again, off again.
But you weren't together after he was born.
But then things changed all of a sudden. On Father's Day 2020, Justin decided it was high time to give his dad a shout out, and he did it in style. He posted a heartwarming throwback photo on Instagram featuring an adorable infant Justin cradled in his father's arms. Justin wrote that he couldn't be with his dad on that special day, but he made sure to mention his step siblings and showered his dad with love. It was a moment that melted hearts around the world. But how did we get there? What did we miss? How did Justin and Jeremy go from being non-existent to each other to publicly showing affection? There was a general misconception that Jeremy was a deadbeat dad, but that's not the complete truth.
Some people think that he just came along when he became famous, and that's not true. His dad's been there.
The truth is that along the way, Jeremy had a sudden change of heart. When Justin was just 4 years old, his mother allegedly told Jeremy that if he wanted to be a part of his son's life, he had to change. He had to make an effort, and most importantly, he had to be present. This brought Jeremy's commitment into question, and this blow to his ego was enough of a wake-up call. And from Justin's 4th year onward, he made sure to be present in his son's life. The two forged an unbreakable bond, and Justin and Jeremy became the dynamic duo we know today. Their relationship grew stronger as time went on. They weren't just father and son, they became confidants, sharing Bible verses and nurturing a deep bond. Who would have thought that the rocky beginnings would subside with just a single decision? Now it seems that Justin and Jeremy have put their past behind them and embraced their present. They've reached a place of love, understanding, and open affection. Their Instagram accounts are now filled with touching throwback photos and heartfelt captions. Justin, on his 28th birthday, received a heartwarming tribute from Jeremy featuring a baby Justin in a loving embrace. And the exchange of love didn't stop there. Justin also posted an Instagram tribute to his dad expressing his affection. The story continued when Jeremy, along with Justin's 4 half-siblings, joined the singer on his Justice tour. Jeremy proudly shared a backstage family reunion photo declaring himself a proud daddy. When your kid is a multi-platinum recording artist, how could you not be proud? And that's not all from the family department. Jeremy also successfully stepped into the role of a father for his other children from subsequent relationships. He became a dad to not only Justin, but also to Jasmine and Jackson, born from his previous marriage to Aaron Wagner. After their divorce, Jeremy married Chelsea Bieber in 2018, and they welcomed a daughter named Bay. Jeremy also took on the role of stepfather to Chelsea's daughter, Ali Rebello, from a previous relationship. The family tree grew and intertwined in the most unexpected ways. Now, it might seem like the Bieber family was heading toward a happy ending, but then Jeremy's past came back to haunt him in ways he did not expect. Being a questionable father wasn't the only skeleton in his closet. He had a lot of other baggage from the past. From what we know, Jeremy's adulthood was filled with run-ins with the law. This came out for the first time during a custody battle in 1995 when Patty claimed Jeremy had a long history of criminal activity and even threatened to kidnap their son. But this was just the tip of the iceberg. Jeremy had a few more incidents with the law, including a brief stint behind bars and multiple probation violations in the 90s and early 2000s. The first time he went to jail was at the tender age of 22. But don't worry, Jeremy's life took quite the turn. Thankfully, he learned some restraint once he entered the limelight. But at this time, we can still see hints of the rebellious and rowdy Jeremy from his younger years. Take his bizarre parenting style, for example. One time he made a rather inappropriate comment after Justin's revealing photos surfaced on social media. In a tweet that's since been deleted, he jokingly asked at Justin Bieber, "What do you feed that thing? #ProudDaddy." Justin himself shrugged it off, saying that this was just his dad's sense of humor. But this wasn't the only incident. Jeremy has made many other eyebrow-raising choices. From the outside, it may look like Jeremy deserves the title of Dad of the Century for his unwavering support of Justin, considering he goes above and beyond to stand by his superstar son. But in reality, Jeremy's idea of gentle parenting is pretty wild. In fact, sometimes it feels like it's Jeremy who needs moral strengthening. Remember when Justin faced arrest in Miami?
DUI, alcohol, or drugs, resisting without violence, and driving with an expired driver's license.
Jeremy was right there cheering him on from the sidelines. He has always stayed by Justin's side, showing unbreakable support, even when Justin openly confessed to indulging in a little bit of herbal relaxation, if you know what I mean. Jeremy's dedication to being Justin's partner in crime is truly legendary and unnecessary. And his carelessness when it comes to expressing his inner party animal is insane. Imagine this. You're scrolling through a grass-skirted wonderland with a shot glass in hand. That's Jeremy caught in the act of living his best life, all thanks to the jaw-dropping $50,000 a month allowance he reportedly gets from his son. It shouldn't really be surprising that he chose to stay by Justin's side all these years. He has a good incentive after all. He lives in an $850,000 mansion in Stratford, Canada. This is the same mansion Justin bought for him, by the way. Anyways, Jeremy really knows how to throw a bash that'll go down in history, and it seems like he passed it on to Justin too, which is why sometimes Justin attends Jeremy's parties too, which is honestly pretty insane if you think about it. Now let's talk about Jeremy's hobbies. He's an avid hockey player and fan, always on the move to exotic locations, and get this, he's the mastermind behind Bieber Industries, a lifestyle brand community that's all about making a difference. So it's not all bad. He has his good moments too, and some people clearly like him as he boasts a staggering 2.3 million followers on Instagram alone. But besides accomplishing so much, things still aren't without a hitch between the father-son duo. There is always one scandal or another. Is it because Justin feels like Jeremy only chose to stay because of the perks of being related to a celebrity? Honestly, it's hard to say, but that definitely could be the case. But anyway, what do you guys think about all this? What do you think about Jeremy? Do you find it strange that he and Justin sometimes party together? Let me know in the comments below.